This episode of The Young Turks is brought to you by Audible.com.
Paul Ryan, though, I mean, I guess sometimes the hypocrisy goes the way we want it to. Paul Ryan, the budget guru of the Republican Party in Congress, the Wisconsin representative, yesterday in a town hall meeting, decided that he thought that maybe ending oil company subsidies was a good idea. And the interesting thing about it was the reaction that he got from conservative Republicans in his district in Waterford, Wisconsin. It's a very conservative section of his district, whatever that means. It's a conservative district because they elect Paul Ryan to Congress. But those people are endorsing this. Now, of course, Ryan twice this year voted to extend subsidies to oil companies, once on a motion to recommit on a shorter-term continuing resolution. If you know what that means, tell me right in. I don't know what it means, but he voted for it. And then he supported an amendment to the House budget. The Ryan budget, meanwhile, doesn't specifically target oil subsidies, but only promises to end corporate welfare in a general term. This is the most egregious example of corporate welfare. You have these companies, these oil companies, not only are they making a lot of money, they're making each year more money than has ever been made by a corporation. ExxonMobil is the example, than ever has been made by a corporation in history. And each year they outdo it. That record gets broken. Each year they get subsidies. Each year they get tax breaks. Each year and each day, it seems, the price of getting a tank of gas goes up. Now, I'm not saying that only the oil companies are to blame for how much gas costs, but if they're making all this money and the price of gas keeps going up, something's got to give. Who am I going to blame if I'm not going to blame the oil companies? The president every day should be out there. The White House and the Congress every day should be making this a pocketbook issue for American voters. If they know that the Republicans and their coddling of the petroleum companies is leading to the price of gas going up and never going down and creeping toward $5 in a lot of this country, people saying that by the middle or end of July it's going to be at $6, yet these companies continue to make money, they continue to get tax breaks from the government, and not only that, they continue to get subsidies. And then when we say you can't drill here, they continue to appeal those bans on drilling to the point where we say, okay, now you can drill there again. Something has to give. These people, these oil companies, have to be the target. They have to be the enemy of the Democratic Party in the White House because we're talking about a pocketbook issue that affects just about every single American because so many of us drive every day. And it's right there. It's staring the White House in the face right there. But right now, Paul Ryan, look, you have the Republicans saying we have to end it. Where are the Democrats saying it constantly? Where are the Democrats blaming the oil companies for this most favored nation status that they get with our government and our IRS, with our Congress? It just doesn't happen enough. Let's listen to Paul Ryan talking about this. JR, this is clip number 4.
Subsidies for the oil companies, again, we'd like to talk about the oil companies a lot here today. So the subsidies for the oil companies that the federal government gives, they've got to stop.
Sure.
In the oil company subsidies,
I agree.
You will gain a lot of that money in the red back.
So let me,
Guaranteed.
one thing I didn't get into is, we're talking about reforming the safety net, the welfare system. We also want to get rid of corporate welfare. And corporate welfare goes to agribusiness companies, energy companies, financial services companies. So we propose to repeal all that. So there are spending subsidies and there's tax loopholes. So I'm not sure which one you're talking about, but we're saying
about all of them.
in tax
I'm talking about all
that's
of them.
right. We're saying
Stop
get
the
rid
tax
of these
loopholes.
tax shelters.
Bring the cash that is American cash
Yeah.
that's overseas and get it back in this
Yeah.
country.
I always wonder what those guys are writing. Paul Ryan, the guy's saying we should end these tax subsidies, and he's like, yeah, that's right. Yeah, end tax subsidies. What do you think he's really writing? I mean, it's like he never thought of that. So now he's going to go to his desk, he's going to look at his thing. Okay, going to pick up a quart of milk, call mom, end tax subsidies. I mean, is that what's really going to happen to Paul Ryan when he gets back to the office? I always wonder what they're writing there. But, Paul Ryan, it seems like he was listening. He differentiated the loopholes with the subsidies, which, of course, they're exactly the same thing because the subsidy is kind of a loophole because once you go through the loophole, if you close it, well, then you have the subsidy. He says that his budget, Ryan's spokesperson said that his budget obviously ends tax breaks for big oil companies. But his spokesperson also said, Ryan has made it clear that we are not for raising taxes. those two don't really jibe. I don't see how it works.
Audible.com is the leading provider of audiobooks.
In fact, they have over 75,000 titles.
And you can listen on your iPod or your MP3 player. You can listen to it anywhere at any time. It's incredibly convenient.
And they have books in every single genre imaginable. You can get a free audiobook if you go to audiblepodcast.com/TYT.
Totally true.